It is 2:00. It is Monday afternoon, May something, 11th? 11th. Man, these months and days just kind of fly by.
They do.
I was at a baseball tournament all weekend, and I think it was the 7th or 8th when the baseball tournament started, and all of a sudden, here we are. It's Monday. The weekend just flew by. So yeah, it's 2:00. It's Monday. It's Lancaster Connects time. You know that. If you're a faithful watcher, listener, watchers, as we often call them, Lancaster Connects is a show where we bring together a great conversation with great people doing amazing things in the Lancaster community. And I definitely have one of those people here with me today, Duane Hagelgans from Blue Rock Fire Rescue down here in the southern part of the county. Duane, how are you?
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
It's great meeting you. We had a little conversation pre-show. I'm looking forward to diving into what you guys do at Blue Rock Fire Rescue and just learn more about how you serve the community and what you're looking to do for the future. So we'll jump into that conversation in just a little bit. As you notice, Jeff is unfortunately not here with us today. He's taking care of his wife, Stephanie. Happy Mother's Day, Stephanie, and to all the mothers out there. She has had some health concerns over the last couple weeks, and of course, a year plus that has taken Jeff away from the show. So prayers to Stephanie and the Giannakova family for what they're going through, and hope for a quick recovery here coming up. But Jeff is not able to join us today. He's at home taking care of family there. So Jeff normally gives the mattress tip at the top of the hour. So instead of a mattress tip from Jeff, you're going to get a mattress tip from Ben.
Perfect.
Obviously, Lancaster Connects is produced and housed. The office is inside of Gardner's Mattress and More, which is the business that Jeff and I co-own together and have for the last 16 years. Gardner's has been around for 36 years. Actually, I'm sorry, 37 years.
Nice.
add one there. We're at 830 Plaza Boulevard behind Park City Mall. And of course, we help Lancaster County wake up happy every morning. So our mattress tip today is that it's possible that your mattress at home might not be bad, might not be old, might not have any wear and tear to it. It might be good. It just might not be good for you. If you're waking up not feeling refreshed, if you're waking up with general soreness, aches and pains, mattress might not be the right fit for you anymore. The good news there is maybe that somebody else could use the mattress. Maybe you could move it to a guest bedroom, give it to another family member, maybe a child. Maybe the situation is you could play musical mattresses within the house and get rid of the worst mattress and take your master bedroom mattress and give it to a child again or a guest bedroom. But a good indication there is if you lay on the mattress and your hips bow in, maybe the mattress is too soft for you. It's become too soft. Or you lay on the mattress, maybe on your side, and you're feeling a little bit of pressure points in your shoulders or hips, especially if you wake up throughout the night or in the morning and you feel that kind of pinch. It's likely you're restricting circulation and it causes your body discomfort and sometimes pain and causes you to toss and turn. So, maybe that mattress might be the right fit for somebody, but if you're waking up with those general soreness, aches and pains, out of alignment sort of sensation, it's likely not the right fit for you. And of course, that's where we come in. You can work with our sleep science certified sales associates who can help you find the mattress that's going to best fit your sleep needs. So that's the mattress tip from Ben for this week. And hopefully Jeff will be back next week and share his weekly mattress tip with you. So we've reached the point in the show, Duane. We talked early or before the show about our wheel spin.
Correct.
This is a wheel of discounts and other bonuses and benefits for the Lancaster Connects watchers and listeners. So I think you know what to do whenever you're ready.
Spin that wheel.
There we go. Our fill-in producer, Jim, is pushing the buttons back there today. Chris is out of town, so Jim is manning the controls, and looks like today's prize is a free mattress protector, $59 value. That's free. You don't even have to spend any money.
Oh, very nice.
So for the listeners and watchers of Lancaster Connects, just come in, to 830 Plaza Boulevard, Gardner's Mattress and More. Say that you saw this wheel spin on Lancaster Connects, and you can get a free mattress protector, $59 value. Twin, full, queen, king, California king. We got them in all sizes. Got them in stock. Have pillow protectors as well. So that's a good wheel spin. That's free value.
That's great. I mean, I think you were describing my mattress earlier.
That's frankly a lot of people's sleep situation, unfortunately, and that's why we feel we're an important fit for the community. Just a note about a mattress protector. If you don't know what a mattress protector is, you should have one on your bed, and it keeps you and life's moments out of the bed. So body oil, sweat, skin cells, accidents, anything like that, keeps that stuff out of the bed, keeps it out of the mattress, keeps the mattress clean and dust mite free, of course, and a mattress protector you can take off and launder. So that's, if you don't have one on your bed, definitely should have a mattress protector on it. So that was a good wheel spin. I like that.
Good.
Expertly done. And I'm realizing now that I didn't take the phones out of the office. So the phone might ring.
Okay.
Might hear that during the conversation. We'll continue on. Duane, again, thank you for being here. Duane is the fire commissioner at Blue Rock Fire Rescue. Real quick, for those who might not know Blue Rock Fire Rescue, where are you?
So we're Millersville Borough and Manor Township.
Okay. Everybody should know where Millersville is.
I would think so.
Beautiful university down there. I'm a graduate of Millersville.
As am I.
Long time ago. There we go.
Boom.
There you go. I was probably a little after you, guessing, maybe.
Probably.
But yeah, great university. It's unbelievable. I was there 25 years ago, and the university's changed a lot down there. I drive through the campus and I'm like, what's that building?
Yeah. A lot of construction over the last 10 years or so.
Yeah, it's great to see growing and thriving when in a time that, some higher education institutions are maybe not thriving.
Right.
So it's great to see that in our home community. So, Duane, I don't know a whole lot about you. I'm meeting you for the first time today. What is a little bit of your background, and how did you become involved in fire service?
Sure. So I am a Lancaster City resident, have been my whole life. So I went to J.P. McCaskey.
Okay.
Go Red Tornado. And while I was about 16, a friend of mine's father became the chief of a local volunteer fire company outside the city. And I said, well, wonder what that's like. And so at the age of 16, I joined a local volunteer fire company and spent a couple years there. And then when I was 21, I was hired by the city of Lancaster. And I was a firefighter for the city of Lancaster for 28 years. I retired as chief officer there in 2011, at which point I went to Blue Rock. At that time, Blue Rock was 4 different fire companies, Millersville and 3 in Manor Township. And we consolidated them in together to create Blue Rock Fire Rescue. Okay. So you've been in fire service nearly your entire adult life. My entire adult life.
That's fantastic. What drew you to that? I know you said your friend's father was involved, but what really kind of drew you in?
Well, my family, big on service, helping people. And it was one of those things I said, well, let's see what this looks like. Obviously, when you think about the fire service, there's also a little bit of excitement factor involved. I was always very active. Once I joined, it kind of draws you in, the ability to, help people at their dire needs, and also just that giving back, right? I think giving back is so important.
Yeah. So you were So you started out as a volunteer,
correct?
As 16 years old?
Yep.
And then you became a paid member of the fire company there in Lancaster City.
Yep.
Can you talk a little bit about that? I'm sure there's some fire organizations, is that the right term?
Yeah.
Are volunteer led.
Yes.
And some have paid staff. So maybe you can talk a little bit about that, what's involved there, because I just don't know.
Yeah, there's basically 3 different types of fire organizations.
Okay.
So you have all
Perfect.
volunteer, where everybody is a volunteer. You have those that are completely paid. So here in the county, we have Lancaster City and now also Manor Township are fully paid.
Oh, okay.
And then you have some combination departments. We don't see that in Lancaster County too much, but a lot of places where you'll have some paid folks and some volunteers. Typically, you'll see the paid people working during the day when their volunteers are at work and can't go to a call.
Excuse me. And what's what determines if it's paid or not? Just the community has funds to be able to support paid?
Well, it's the cost obviously is important.
Right.
The amount of calls you would have,
Okay. So higher traffic communities.
You get a big volume of calls, and people just, can't respond to that many calls as a volunteer. So you get to a point where you kind of hit that tipping point. You go, wow, it's time to start paying people to do this. Or unfortunately, what we've seen in the last 30 years, the volunteer fire service has been losing people. There used to be hundreds of thousands of volunteers in Pennsylvania. Now there's tens of thousands.
Oh, wow. What do you attribute that to?
Well, I think it's a bunch of things. I think people work in multiple jobs.
Sure.
You just mentioned baseball over the weekend, right?
Yeah.
When I was small, a million years ago, you went down to the neighborhood and, you played kickball or whatever. And now you got travel sports. And,
sure. There's a lot
involved in a lot of things.
Yeah.
So life gets busier. The little bit of lack of community involvement. And I think some of that, we're looking at this a lot, is, the firehouse used to be kind of the center hub of a community, and people go there. Well, a lot of people now don't leave their houses.
That's
on social media.
Yeah. They might not even know where the firehouse is. Maybe a young kid growing up. Yeah, that's a
Well, and a lot of people moving in Lancaster County come from places that have career departments, so they don't even know that there's such a thing as a volunteer fire. We'll show up and they'll go, "What? You're not paid?" It's like, no, we're all volunteers.
Gotcha. These are questions that aren't on the sheet, so
that's all good.
Apologize. What does it take to run a fire department? Like how many people are we talking? And maybe what's the structure of like Blue Rock Fire Rescue, for example?
So obviously at Blue Rock, we have 4 stations currently.
Okay.
And we talked about that a little bit, I guess, in the new station.
Yeah.
And we have one full-time person that does all the administrative work, really does all the day-to-day stuff. And then you have me as kind of a part-timer that kind of puts all the pieces of the puzzle together. Okay. Whether it's the budget, whether it's the insurance, whether it's maintenance of the buildings, maintenance of the stations.
You're kind of overseeing it all.
Right. And then under our organization, we have chiefs and officers at each station kind of oversee the people in that station. Then there's a volunteer board that kind of oversees some of the administrative stuff.
Okay. And I've always been kind of fascinated by this. Call comes in, there's an emergency. What happens?
Well, hopefully you have people that are able to respond. Some days is, like we have a lot of students from the university.
Okay.
Well, guess what?
Who are involved?
It's summertime.
They're not around.
Most of those students go home. Right? So it makes it a little lighter. But people respond to the station. You'll get on the apparatus and you'll go and help our citizens. A lot of times we have people that are in the station,
ready to go.
College kids are there oftentimes because they'll go there and they'll study.
Yeah. Okay.
So we actually have 2 college kids that live in the station. So we started that a couple years ago. So that's kind of a benefit.
Yeah.
And then people come from home, will respond to the call. On any given day, you have a lot of people or not so many.
So that's interesting. I didn't realize that. We've had some fire organizations over the years reach out, for a mattress here or there. But I always thought of that as more like temporary. So you have some people that sleep there some nights, most nights?
Well, the college students, there's 2 of those. One's actually staying for the summer. The other went home.
Okay.
And then in one of our other stations, we have 3 guys that live there year round.
Wow. Okay. I had no idea.
Yes.
So then, in effect, they're available as quickly as possible if they're there.
Yep. It's a huge benefit.
That's amazing. So what is your typical day as fire commissioner at Blue Rock Fire Rescue look like?
Well, the thing about the fire service is it's 24 hours a day.
It's different every day.
You're on call all the time. Whether it's a vehicle accident or the toilet's clogged or, whatever it may be, we have a maintenance issue, trying to maintain the stations, maintain the equipment. And then when somebody calls 911, making sure that we have the people to respond and to help somebody that's in their greatest need.
Yeah. Wow. And what are some responsibilities that the general public would never see?
Well,
you just mentioned like a clogged toilet. I would never think that would filter down to
the toilet gets clogged. Somebody's got to take care of it. I don't necessarily take care of the clogged toilet, but it has to be taken care of.
Right.
And, working with our vendors and making sure we have people, making sure the stations are well maintained, because, if you don't maintain them, it's going to cost you money down the road.
Yeah.
Making sure the apparatus is maintained. Sometimes, we have apparatus that breaks down, and then, what are we backing it up with? And how are we working with our neighbors? No organization lives in a bubble. So, we have volunteer fire companies and paid fire departments around us that assist us if we get a big call.
Okay. And that's what is referred to as maybe a 2-alarm or 3-alarm, 4-alarm fire. Is that?
Yeah. So you have what we call automatic mutual aid. So we had the apartment building fire, unfortunately, last week.
Yeah.
So you have some companies that come automatically. So if there's a dispatch, it's us and a bunch of our neighbors. And then as the fire progresses, you can call in additional companies to help out.
Okay. And then what does the alarm moniker mean? 2-alarm or 3-alarm?
So basically, it's just more people, more apparatus.
Higher the number.
Bigger fire, you need more apparatus, whether it's to get water, whether it's to rescue, whether it's to put the fire out, whatever that may be.
And so a little bit of history about Blue Rock Fire Rescue. We talked a little bit pre-show, so I know a little bit, but maybe our listeners and watchers don't. I know you combined forces in 2011.
Correct.
Maybe talk a little bit about what that transition was and what you've been doing since then.
Sure. So pre-2011, probably 09 or 10, the 4 fire companies, one in Millersville Borough Fire Company, and the 3 Manor Township companies, West Lancaster, Washington Borough, and Highville, had approached the municipalities about funding and the need for funding. Because one of the things that, as call volume goes up, there's less time to do things like raise money.
Which is important.
Yes, 100%, especially in today's cost. And so what happened is they eventually made an agreement with Manor Township and Millersville Borough, created an organization known as a fire district, Blue Rock. Okay. And my job when I came here, when I left the city, was to take those 4 fire companies and consolidate them into Blue Rock. So spent the first couple of years kind of trying to make that all work. If you can imagine taking 4 independent companies of any sort, putting them together, that's what we were working on. And, it's been some ups and downs, but here we are 15 years later, and the system's still working.
That's fantastic. I remember when that transition happened, I believe I still lived in Millersville at that time. It was moved out of Millersville about 10, 12 years ago. So it was probably just before that you made that transition there. But I remember when you did that. Where does the name Blue Rock come from? I know there's Blue Rock Road.
Right.
But why that name?
So Blue Rock Road, if you follow it out, you know why it's Blue Rock Road?
Yeah.
The rock in the middle of the river.
Oh, is that what it is?
Susquehanna River. There's Blue Rock.
I didn't know that. If you follow 999 into the Susquehanna,
And so basically, what happened? It kind of splits the area in half. So it's like it makes sense. You got everybody kind of gets a little bit of skin in the game, so to speak.
I got you. So Blue Rock Road is 999. You cover north of that, and you cover south of that. Okay. See, that's why we asked the questions. I didn't know where the name
was there before I got there.
I got you.
I don't get any credit for the name.
You kept it. There we go. So how about, there's probably countless stories that you can share, moments that, really captures what it means to serve the community. But do you have any stories that you can share? Yeah.
I always say to my the volunteers and students I teach, it's what you get back, right?
Yeah.
It's not what you take. Too often in life, we find people are about what's in it for me.
Right.
And when you talk about the volunteer fire service, these people are leaving their families, leaving their businesses, leaving their homes, to go help somebody else.
And seeing sometimes tragic things.
We've had, unfortunately, 2 fire fatalities this year. One just several weeks ago, one at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
Prior to that, our last fatality was 2012.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And knock on wood, very fortunate. But, tragedy happens, and these people are there serving. They're serving others. They're doing what they have to do. They're coming out. The beauty of the fire service, I'll put it that way, is, all the agencies that were there helping us, both career paid folks and our volunteers, all working together to serve the community and help out. And for every, unfortunate, terrible thing like that, we have some really cool thing, like, you go to a parade, or this week we're going to a preschool graduation with the firefighters so the children can see the firefighters, so there's those highlight moments, and then there's the moments that,
that you wish wouldn't happen.
Never happen.
But that's why you guys are there to help and support. I always remember as a kid at elementary school, every year the fire truck would come to the school, and you guys, as a kindergartner or whatever, first grader, you can go out and touch the truck, maybe climb in the truck. That was like, I think kids look forward to that kind of stuff.
One of our biggest events of the year is Santa Claus runs.
Oh yeah.
So in December, we travel all 60 square miles with Santa Claus, and people stand out on the street and love Santa coming by. So,
are you Santa?
I am not Santa. I'm getting there.
I think we're all headed there at some point. Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Obviously, you're very much in tune as the fire commissioner here. What are some of the biggest challenges facing fire departments right now? As it comes to staffing, training, funding, all of the above. Yeah, right.
I mean, probably the number one thing that affects all the other things you mentioned is the volume of calls.
Okay.
When I was a volunteer back in the late 70s, I remember the first year we hit 200 calls. It's like, wow, we're running 200 calls
over a period of
a year.
Okay.
And so Blue Rock, is doing about 900 calls a year.
Okay.
And so that call volume, you can imagine the toll it takes on your volunteers.
Yeah.
Being able to
an average of maybe 3 calls a day.
Yep.
Some more, some less. I'm sure.
I mean, some days you have no calls, the next day you have sick.
Yeah.
So that then equates to how many people you have. Right? Mm-hmm. How some people say, wow, I like running a lot of calls. That's good. But other people go, I don't have time for this. And so that makes that number of volunteers go down. The other thing that affects us is the same thing. When I get into the fire service, you had 48 hours of training. And today a new member has about 200 hours of training.
Wow. Okay.
And so again, think about where are you going to find 200 hours in your schedule over the next 5-6 months?
Right.
It's training, right? And so that has an effect then ultimately the cost. So again, a vehicle that a couple years ago would cost us, say, $500,000. Today's $1 million, $1.2 million.
Wow.
The cost of everything has gone up. So when I mentioned why Blue Rock became Blue Rock, the volunteers said, look, we're willing to train, we're willing to respond to calls, but we just can't give you the time to raise money. Mm-hmm. So that's when the municipalities thankfully came together and said, we'll do what we can for you.
Right. Wow. Yeah, that's great insight into kind of what makes a department tick. There's so much we could talk about here. I'm curious about the training angle. The 200 hours of training. Like what are volunteers and paid staff getting trained on? Is it obviously driving, using the equipment?
That's before the driving and the using.
Yeah. I'm sure that's down the road. Yeah.
Firefighting. I mean, you have to know about hazardous materials. So, you go to what's out there. You have to know how to do first aid because we run vehicle accidents and cardiac arrest calls. And then you have to learn the basics of firefighting. So how is a building constructed? If I know how it's constructed, if it's on fire, I'll know how to get ahead of it and put it out. How do I cut somebody out of a car if they're trapped?
Right.
How do I rescue somebody in the river? We do river rescue.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So you have all these basics, fire chemistry, how do things burn? What what do I have to know about it? Health and safety for the firefighters. One of the things that's very big in the fire service right now is firefighters getting cancer. So we're doing new things to try and help prevent cancer in firefighters. So the list just keeps growing and growing and growing.
So if somebody's listening and wants to become involved, they want to volunteer their time. That's training that you guys put them through at your cost?
We do.
So there's no cost to the volunteer to go through that training.
And I'll give a shout out to the Lancaster County Firemen's Association. Starting this year, they're reimbursing any fire company that has a member go through the firefighter training. And that's a big deal. That's over $1,000 to us that we can use for maintaining equipment. So shout out to them.
Yeah, maintaining equipment and ultimately helping the community. Looks like Jim has opened your site there.
Yes.
Blue Rock Fire Rescue website, and looks like they apply now. That's correct. For volunteers who who are ready to help.
Anybody ready to help, they can click on that and they can fill out the application. It automatically comes to us. Once a month, we have a meeting and we bring new members in.
That's great. That's great. So somebody's interested, they just get signed up, and you kind of walk them through what that process looks like.
They come in, they get voted in. We do, we go through the check process.
Okay.
We do an orientation.
Yeah.
And then from orientation, we give them what we call a rookie book. And the rookie book just starts walking them through everything they need to know before they go to their official training, which is typically at the training center.
Yep. And then that process is how long?
Well, the initial training will take you a month or two. Yep. And then once you go to what they call your mods, that's usually over the course of 6 to 9 months.
Okay. Wow.
And that's a couple of nights a week and weekends.
Yeah.
So that's a commitment.
Awesome. Yeah. Approximately how many new recruits do you get over a year?
Sure. So we probably average 3 to 4 a month.
Okay. Yeah.
But the but is, unfortunately, we may retain one of those.
Yeah, you lose some. Yeah.
You lose them. They just don't have the time.
Right.
Or, it just becomes too much. But yeah.
So you're in a constant state of recruitment.
Constantly recruiting, constantly trying to retain people.
Yep. So let's talk about your new project. What are you doing?
Sure. So about 2 years ago, one of our facilities, the one in Hyattville, we do not own. It's a long-term lease. It's owned by the County Solid Waste Authority, and they started approaching us about eventually. The building's not in the greatest shape. It was built around 1900 as a school.
Okay.
And then
this is down along the river.
Right on the river. Yeah. And so there's some maintenance issues with it. Plus there's some chance that they may need that facility. So we said, well, let's look at building something new. And as we started looking,
that's a major thing.
Oh yeah.
That's a major thing, right?
Big thing. Not something I thought I'd ever bite off.
Yeah.
So, but as we started looking, we just, Manor Township has a lot of preserved farms. And so there's not a lot of land.
Yeah, we just had Lancaster Farm Preservation on the show about a month ago.
Yep. Yeah. And so we looked at the call volume at the two stations, the Hyattville station and the station up in Washington Borough. And we said, for the amount of calls they run, maybe we'll centralize it. So one, you have a new building for all the volunteers that have, plus it'll put it in a location. Most of our calls obviously are to the east.
Okay, right.
Because
you're not going.
There's farms and river, right?
Yep.
And so more centrally located, a little closer to the majority of our calls. So building a new firehouse. Originally 2 years ago, we go, wow, 5 million, 7 million. And then we started getting this regulation and that regulation and that regulation. And then the cost of all materials went up. So we went from 7 million to 10 million originally. And now we got a price from the architect about probably 3 months ago that looks like it's going to be about 11.1.
Wow, goodness.
Yeah.
And I'm sure part of the challenge is, there's changes in technology, changes in, or improvements, of course, in, all the equipment and everything. Right. You want to make sure that the facility is state of the art, not just to be have the best equipment, but for the future, this equipment has to last. It has to be technology. It has to be upgradable. I guess it's the right term.
Yep.
I can just imagine that the cost has gone through the roof for you.
And we're looking, when we look at this, when you build a firehouse, you're not building something for 20 years. You're building something for 50 years. So we're looking at the next 50 years of fire protection. In that facility, we plan to have the local ambulance provider hopefully have an ambulance.
Okay, yeah.
The police department will have an office there, so they can have kind of a satellite office in there.
Yeah.
In addition to that, we're putting I mentioned earlier, we have some people live in our stations. We're going to put some bedrooms in there.
Yeah.
So that if people want to live there again, that helps us in the near future, and certainly long term. If that day ever became, well, we were going to be career department, the facility would be able to do that. The plan is to be volunteers long after I'm gone.
Yeah. Yeah. That's awesome. Set it up for success for, like you said, the next 50 years and beyond. You hinted at it a little bit. What does this mean for the community to have a centralized emergency hub like that, and kind of have more things than just fire rescue under one roof?
Yeah, I think it's a big value, because currently there's no EMS in that kind of area.
Really? Yeah, that's you kind of need that.
You need it, but it's again, call volume rural.
Yeah,
and so having that ability to have that whole area there, having the ability that, Manor Township police, who cover, the whole way down in the river like this, it's a pretty good jaunt from where they're at now. Yeah. So being able to have them, hey, they got to do a report. You go in here versus
all the way back,
running 8 miles back to their current facility. So I think it helps the community a lot of ways by putting all of us together, because we all work together. And then the other thing is, I'm looking at it as this is a save our volunteers thing. If you give them a proper facility, that's a nice facility, that's a usable facility where they're proud of it, you know what? It's going to be important.
They're excited to be part of it.
Absolutely.
And they know there's an investment in the future.
Correct.
Versus an older building that's maybe in some sort of decay or whatever.
The roof's leaking.
Right. That's a problem.
Yep.
That's a problem. So the goal is to break ground when?
Hopefully spring of 2027 is our goal at this point. We just got our final approval from the state.
Is that what it might look like?
That's what it might look like right there. That's the artist rendering of what it'll look like. As you can see, people have said, why are you building this big fancy building? It's pretty much a pole barn, but it has everything we need in it. There are fire departments out there building that building for about $30 million. They're a lot nicer than ours, but we're looking at functionality, efficient, and what our community needs, and that's what it is right there. And so we're very, very, very happy with what the architect has drawn up. We got input from all of our volunteers. What do you need? What do you want to look at? So
that's great.
That's what 11.4 million will get you.
Yeah. Well, and you just touched on it there. You're giving the community what they need for the future.
Correct.
But you're being good financial stewards 100%. Of the money that's coming in to support the building of this.
And when I say 11.4, that's all. I mean, that's all furnishings too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So
that's everything that goes
putting
inside.
Everything in there that you need. I mean, there'll be a kitchen in there. There'll be bathrooms. There'll be maintenance rooms in there to maintain the equipment. And then, as I mentioned, there'll be some live-in places for our, if they want to live in there, some of our volunteers can live in there.
I know a place where you can get some mattresses. Maybe we can.
I was going to say
maybe we can work something out.
Appropriate right now, but I'll hit you up later.
We can definitely help. Jeff and I would love to help you guys out down there with some comfortable sleeping surfaces.
Perfect.
So, So what do you need to make this happen? Like this is going to happen, right?
Yes. We have every intention to break ground next spring.
Okay.
So the community has been great so far. We've done some fundraising. We've done some mailers. We have about 492 donations so far.
That's awesome.
For about 2.8 million.
Yeah, so the community is behind this.
They're doing a great job. We still have a lot of community members we're talking to. We're trying for various grants. We're trying for some federal grants, some state grants, any grant. If you have a grant out there, please call us. We're looking for you. So we're just keep talking to community members. And I would tell you the community has stepped up in a big way to get us to the 2.8 already.
That's awesome. So what are some fundraiser events that you have planned and that you may have planned for the future?
So every July on the 2nd and 3rd Saturday, we have our tomato festival.
Is that the Washington Borough Tomato Festival?
Tomato Festival.
Do you guys put that on?
Yes.
That's you?
That's us.
Okay. I didn't I didn't know.
Come get a tomato sandwich.
Now, what's in a tomato sandwich?
Tomatoes.
Is it literally just bread and tomato
Well,
and a little ketchup,
lettuce, and bacon
Okay, that sounds
on
good.
white bread. Apparently, it's a thing.
That sounds amazing.
But good Washington Borough tomatoes, the best in the world.
So I've heard.
And so we have at the Washington Borough Park, which of interest, where the new firehouse will be, is where we currently park cars for the festival. So it's right beside the park where the festival is held every year. And that was the first question the guy that runs our festival said, well, where are we going to park cars? I said, we'll find a place to put
You'll find
cars.
it.
It's okay. So yes, we have that every year. Again, if you go into Millersville, put a plug in for Jack's. Jack's has some fundraisers there for us. A lot of other restaurants, we're starting to put out little Venmos. That if they're sitting eating dinner, they can Venmo.
Donate. That's cool.
From our website, you can send a check. But the volunteers, have kind of scaled back on the whole fundraising. So a lot of the fundraising is us trying to work with the community, working with community members, working with community businesses, and again, working with our local and state legislators.
Yeah. That's awesome. I mean, it's a major project, and it needs a community to support it. So I love that you've got a number of people already supporting and continuing to support. So that's awesome. What else, how else can the community support? Obviously, volunteering their time if they have that time, but are there other ways that the community can support?
Well, I think volunteering, obviously, people think, well, I don't want to run into a burning building.
Sure.
Okay. Not all of us do.
Yep.
I particularly, that's the easiest part of the job, but that's a different part.
Yeah.
So, but we have administrative volunteers that help.
Okay. Yeah.
We're obviously looking at fundraiser. It's all good. That's somebody calling in a donation. So,
the hotline. Yeah.
You have
telethon.
People can help us again with our fundraising. We're looking to do additional fundraising. Even active firefighters. There are some active firefighters that they drive the apparatus. They help pull the hose. They help at accidents, and they don't necessarily have to run into burning buildings. People always go, "I'm not running into burning building." Well, you don't have to. You can volunteer that way. But I think that the biggest thing is to be respectful to the volunteers, right? This terrible fire we had the other week, we had people trying to drive up 741, giving our people grief. It's like, we're fighting a fire here.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Like because their traffic was delayed 5 minutes.
Yeah. So,
oh boy.
So just, understand that if you're a business owner and you have volunteers that work for you, sometimes they need the benefit of the doubt, right? I mean, state law protects them, but you still gotta take care of them. Or if you're a business owner and it doesn't have to be Blue Rock, you're in any town, anywhere, and you have somebody that maybe wants to be a volunteer, if you can. Not every business can in today's world. If they daytime, right? If you can let some people leave in the daytime to help out, it would be great. But
that's awesome.
Just understand what these people are sacrificing, to keep our community safe.
I'm sure getting the community to help you spread the word about the project, what it means for the community. What would you want somebody to tell their neighbor or coworker or family member or friend about? Like, what would you want them to say in support of what you're doing?
I would say number one thing is this is 100% to save the volunteer fire service. And so that's important because if you don't have volunteers, what are your other options, right? The cost of a career department versus a volunteer department. I mean, your most expensive part is your employees. Right?
Yeah.
But just that, our volunteers need that station to show respect. Look, we respect what you're doing. So we're gonna build you this facility that is, I don't even want to call it a firehouse. I call it a fire home, right? It's a home.
Yeah.
People, you're going to come here. They spend a lot of time there, whether it's training, hanging out, being with friends, a lot of lifelong friendships.
I'm sure it feels like family.
Absolutely.
In that home.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So.
Well, that's awesome. Yeah. I mean, hopefully we can do a small part in helping spread that word. Obviously, this show, you can feel free to share it out, clip it out. We'll clip out some moments for you. But yeah, if we can get the community talking about this more, maybe help you raise some funds there, that would be awesome. For any young people who are listening, who may be considering volunteering with a fire company, what would you want them to know, either about Blue Rock or just about fire rescue in general?
Well, and that's what I always say to people when people talk to me. I said, it doesn't have to be great. If you live in our area, we would love to have you.
Makes sense, yeah.
Lots of places around this county, there's 60 odd fire companies.
Wow, yeah.
Find your local fire company and go volunteer. What's interesting is the Career Technology Center does have a public safety program, so that if somebody's 16, 17, they go, well, I want to find out about what it's like to be a law enforcement or EMT or firefighter, they can go to the training center and do that. In our day, they used to call it VOTEC.
Yeah.
They have that training center. But, you go down and introduce yourself and ask what it's about. Like at Blue Rock, you can come in, you can shadow our people, you can, see what it's like, go through the training. Yeah. We do a lot of in-house training to get people kind of familiar with what it's like before they go away to the formal training.
Okay. That's awesome. I love that you'll just invite somebody in and show them around a little bit, and 100%. Take somebody who has interest and kind of dial up that interest. Yep. That's very cool. So looking ahead, you have, let's say it's now 2037. 10 years after the new facility is done, right? 10 years, 20 years down the road, what do you hope the legacy of Blue Rock Fire Rescue will be for that community and who they serve?
I think the number one thing is, my hope and my goal has always been to sustain a volunteer fire company, because I think it's, again, there are places that you need career folks, but as long as we can sustain that kind of rural community and the volunteer fire service, that's my biggest hope, is that we can do that for our community. But again, we need a community support to make that happen. And I just think I said this a while ago, I'll say it again, there's something about people that give, right? And that gives you resilience in a community. If you have people that are willing to give back, that builds a resilient community, a strong community. So when something bad happens, that community is tight-knit, comes together.
Yeah, I love it. Anything that we haven't talked about that you want to, or we should?
No, I just think that give it a try, right? If it's something you think that interests you. I mean, I knew nothing about the fire service, and
when you were 16?
When I was 16, and I went, I fell in love, and somebody said here recently, it's about setting that hook. If you get there and it's for you, you'll know it's for you.
Sure.
If you get there and you go, I it was okay, but I don't think it's for me, that's fine too, right?
Yeah.
But it's been 47 years, and I still love it every day. I love the ability, the world has changed a lot, but the camaraderie of the fire service is not.
That's cool. So it still feels kind of like it was when you were 16 in a lot of ways. That's awesome. Well, thank you. Thank you for this conversation, but thank you for what you give back to the community and have given back for 40 plus years and continue to do. And really just a shout out to anybody who's a volunteer in any emergency services, fire, police, emergency services. But then definitely a shout out to all the folks down there at Blue Rock Fire Rescue. You're doing a fantastic service for the community and people's, disaster moments, right? Or times of need. So very, very cool. So website, what is your website?
www.bluerockfire.com.
Perfect. BlueRockFire.com. That's a way to get in touch with Duane and any member of the Blue Rock Fire Rescue team. If you want to be a volunteer, there's an opportunity to do that. I'm sure you have an events page where you're sharing the information about the Tomato Festival.
We do.
The Washington Borough Tomato Festival. When is that again?
The second and third Saturday in July.
Okay, perfect. And what? Talk a little bit more about that. You mentioned the tomato sandwich. What else is going on there?
Well, we have live bands.
Okay.
So we have a live band, 2 different bands, one the first weekend, one the second weekend.
And do you pay to go?
Nope, it's all free.
Okay.
It's all free.
Cool.
The bands are free. You go. We have games of chance. We have
that you pay for.
Yep. So we spun the wheel here earlier. We have some games where you spin the wheel.
That's awesome.
Who
doesn't like doing that?
Yeah, exactly. Coin tosses, whole bunch of stuff like that. You can win fruit baskets and desserts and glassware and all kinds of different stuff there. Have some rides for the smaller children. Obviously, the free entertainment. We have the best chicken corn soup in the world.
That's
eat it there.
That's big.
Or get to take home.
All right.
We'll sell you a quart of that. Take home. Obviously, the tomato sandwich is the biggie, as well as selling other fruits and vegetables there.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have a whole kitchen where sausages, hamburgers, hot dogs, the whole 9 yards. So
a family-friendly
event. Starts about 5. Band starts at 6.
Okay.
And then goes to about 9.
Okay. Very cool. And the second and third weekends.
Second and third Saturday
in July. Very cool. Very cool. Well, definitely check that out. Again, BlueRockFireRescue.com. Place to get more information about that, place to volunteer. I'm sure you have information about the new project, the new building on there. So if you want to learn more, BlueRockFireRescue.com. Well, Duane, this was a lot of fun having you on the show. I'm not done with you yet.
I know.
Right. All right. We're going to shift into our connection cocktail, which is just a few questions to get to know you a little bit better. Right. I feel like, we learned a little bit about your story in fire rescue. Maybe we'll learn a little bit more about what you do outside of that world. So first question we've been asking guests this year. So are you a music or a podcast guy?
Mostly podcasts.
Mostly podcasts. So what are you listening to?
You mean besides Lancaster Connects?
Besides Lancaster Connects. Love it.
Believe it or not, I got hooked a few years ago on something called True Crime Garage.
Okay. You're I think the second or third person that was talking about a crime show. I don't know if it's the same one, but
these guys, 2 guys, they've been doing it 10 or so years. And it's funny because every week, I assume I could say this, they have like the beer of the week.
Yeah. We had,
and if I can't say it, I already did.
We had Bobby's Brewery on a couple weeks ago, and he brought some spirits, and we were enjoying a true connection cocktail.
Yeah, it wasn't. But I like listening to those guys. 2 guys out of Ohio, and then they have their beer of the week and stuff. So I listen to that. I listen to a couple other leadership ones.
Okay, that's cool.
Yep.
So they're talking about actual crime stories, and they just get deeper into the story, or
so they do a lot of crime stories from around the country. Some are more recent, but for the most part they go into like a lot of unsolved ones.
Yep.
But they also, to their credit, similar to yourself, is they give back, right? So they give back to like the I forget what it's called, the National Crimes Against Children campaign.
Okay, yeah.
And a couple other campaigns where they give money back to try and help
support something.
Crime. So
yeah, that's cool. That I'll have to check that out.
Yep.
All right. If your friends had to describe you using one word or a couple words outside of work, what would it be?
Work. So I asked this to somebody.
That's what they said.
They say, all you do is work.
All you do is work.
I said my other word is yes. Unfortunately, people keep telling me that's it. Like you always say yes. Like, well, I feel like I gotta get it done.
Yep.
I'm an emergency manager. Emergency managers are people that say yes when somebody needs help. They're out there. But that's work and yes. I don't think that's good, but that's what it is. That
makes sense. I've only known you for about 60 minutes or so, but reliable seems like a word. If you're in that sort of service, you have to be reliable.
Appreciate
that I feel that. All right. So besides gardeners, that was the
besides
joke.
Gardeners.
I took your joke away.
You did.
What Lancaster County business do you like supporting? Could be restaurant, could be any business.
There's a place down by my house called Pie in the Sky.
Oh, what is that? That sounds like something I would like.
Small family-owned sub shop, pizza sub shop.
Okay.
If you know where Rocky Springs is, down there. Rocky Springs. I don't know how many years they've been there. I've been going there for years. Chicken cheesesteak.
Chicken cheese. So that's
my thing.
That's the one. Okay.
Yep.
And so pie in the sky. When you first said pie in the sky, I mean, I like pizza too. That's what you're talking about. Pie.
Yeah. Yep.
I was thinking like dessert pies. I mean, that feels like my pie. Completely.
If you want dessert pies, go to Central Manor Mart.
Okay.
Down there on, you know where that is? Down 999.
Yeah.
So road.
Yeah.
And you get to.
Manor Mart,
yes. Right there.
Right there. On across from the elementary school.
Yep. That's where the desserts are. I got 2 in on you.
That's perfect. Hey, the more the merrier. That's cool. So what were they called?
Pie in the Sky.
Pie in the Sky.
Central Manor Mart.
Central Manor Mart. Okay. Shout out to those 2 local organizations that Duane loves to support.
100%.
All right. Last question. Obviously, America's 250th is upon us. Coming, this big celebration coming up in a couple months here. From your view, what makes America so great?
Anybody can be anything.
Yeah.
You know, my dad was a short order cook, made about $40 a week, and my mom cleaned houses for $6 a day.
Yep.
And my brother and I and my sisters have done okay by them.
Yeah.
And
that's awesome.
Anybody can be anything. You don't have to be born into it.
Yep.
Hard work pays off.
Yeah. I love it. We've had similar type of sentiment from other people sharing that the diversity of the country, the fact that, you're free to do what you'd like to do and make a life for yourself. I love that. Thanks for sharing.
Thank you.
So Duane Hagelgans, representing Blue Rock Fire Rescue. Duane's the fire commissioner down there. Definitely a great organization to support. They need the help from the community, not just in their community, but anybody can support the community. If you're in Lancaster County and you feel led to help them out, go to bluerockfirerescue.com, make a donation, visit the Tomato Festival.
Correct.
The 2nd and 3rd Saturdays in July here, and help spread the word about volunteering. And also about their new project down there. So, 100%. Duane, thanks for being on the show. We've got a few more minutes here, just a couple of last orders of business, I guess you could say. So, Jeff and I have a book. It's right here called Sleep Better, helpful sleep tips and information that we give you here at Gardner's Mattress and More for free. If you'd like to come in, Duane, if you'd like to take a copy of the book home, you're welcome to do that. Obviously, what we do is we help people wake up happy every morning. And a lot of times that's through a new mattress. That's the main thing that we do here. Our wonderful sleep team here will help find you a mattress that works for your sleep needs. But there's the mattress is only one component of the Sleep Better equation or the waking up happy equation. Sometimes there's things that you can do to your sleep routine, to your sleep environment, to what you intake into your body. For example, I'm breaking one of the suggestions in the book right now. I'm drinking coffee after 2:00. If you want to fall asleep more quickly, limiting your caffeine staying asleep for a longer period of time, limiting caffeine is something that you should probably stick to. I'm not sticking to that at the moment. I get up early and sometimes I need that mid-afternoon coffee, but everybody's a little different. Everybody's body is a little different, but one of the Sleep Better tips I thought was interesting. And, we don't normally change the temperature of the bedroom, or it might be hard to change the temperature of just the bedroom, but actually lowering the temperature of the bedroom, making it a little cooler in the bedroom, allows the body, of course, your body itself, you breathe slower while you sleep and your body temperature gets a little lower as you fall asleep, and lowering the temperature to about 65 to 68 degrees really actually helps your body kind of naturally cool itself more quickly, and you'll fall asleep more quickly and stay in a deeper sleep for a longer period of time throughout the night, and hopefully wake up feeling refreshed. That's the goal. But sometimes when that bedroom is too warm, we sweat. And when your body's warm, you can't stay comfortable. You toss and turn. The sheets get wet. We talked about mattress protector. You perspire during the night, whether you feel it or not. That's everybody's reality when they sleep. So actually lowering the temperature of the bedroom helps you get a better night's sleep, because you can fall asleep more quickly and stay asleep longer. So lots of sleep tips like that and more in the Sleep Better book there. You can download it from our website. gardenersmattressandmore.com/sleep-better. It's a long one there, but if you find Gardeners on the website or on the internet, just click on our Sleep Better book page. It's right there in the menu option. So, or stop by and pick up a book. So that's our Sleep Better tip for today. And the last order of business is a testimonial here. We get some nice handwritten testimonials in from time to time. Sometimes they come through on Google and Facebook and other sites. But this one I opened up this morning. I was away this weekend and got back and found this nice review here. This is from Joyce, who recently invested in a new mattress. And she said our process to help assess their sleep needs was perfect. She came here knowing that we're thorough. So she's done some research. I was having trouble reading the cursive. She knew we were thorough and that it would be a process. So I like when people come in with an open mind and let the process work, because the general public isn't educated about sleep and health and well-being in terms of that. And our team is. And of course, we know what mattresses can meet certain sleep needs. So she knew there'd be a process and she let that process happen. And overall, she had an excellent experience and would 100% refer friends and family to Gardeners. And she also had a little asterisk here at the bottom and said the delivery guys were great. So handwritten testimonial opened up this morning here at Gardeners Mattress and More. Thank you to Joyce, and thank you to all of our customers. Whether you said some nice things on a review or not, we appreciate all of you. And last plug from that standpoint, right now is Reader's Choice Award voting for the Lancaster newspapers. You may have seen that happen all through the month of May. I believe it runs through the end of May. Probably should look at the end date there. But we are going for, at Gardeners, we are 16 time in a row winner of favorite mattress store in Lancaster County. So our customers have supported us in that way. So we're going for a 17th straight win. So if you have time, you can go to the Lancaster newspaper website. You'll see a button there to vote. Next show, we'll have it put on the screen there so you could and put it in the show information so you could just click on it. But vote for Gardeners Mattress and More. You'll see a mattress category under home furnishings. And Gardeners is the first option there. You just click vote and help us be 17-time winner of favorite mattress store in Lancaster County. That would be awesome. We would be honored to have your vote. So that's it, Duane. This was a great show. Enjoyed learning more about you. Enjoyed learning about really just the fire companies in general, kind of like what goes into it. Because really, I've never been part of it, and it was neat to learn.
Never too late.
Well, that's true. That's a great point. Great point. I wish you lots of luck with what you're going or what you're building in 2027. The new facility down there in the Blue Rock, Susquehanna area. Need the community support. To learn more, go to bluerockfirerescue.com. We got the tomato event in July, and could always use volunteers. So, Duane, it's been great having you on the show. That's it for today. We'll be back again with more Lancaster Connects and another great guest next week, 2:00 every Monday. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great afternoon.